Welcome back to everybody's favorite podcast on the high seas. It's Ships and Gigs. I'm one of your co-hosts, Ben.
Hi, Ben.
Didn't tell a joke. Try so hard to be funny. Don't tell a joke. She finally laughs. Tell him your name.
I'm Olivia.
Oh.
That's my name.
Oh my goodness. I was saying something crazy for like weeks.
Well, you know.
I was way off.
I've got many names. Olivia, Liv, Livy.
Livy.
I used to be called Livy. When I was growing up, I was called Livy Long Socks. Not because I had long socks.
What?
No, I know. I used to listen. Oh, I'm telling my age now. I used to listen to a cassette tape of Pippi Longstocking, and so I got called Livy Long Socks.
And I guess you talked about it to people a lot. You were like, this is my favorite cassette.
I could quote it.
Do it.
Once upon a time.
Okay.
I forget. Called Pippi Longstocking. Okay, I can't remember now. But I remember that she laid on her bed upside down with her feet on the pillow. I was saying this to you the other day.
You didn't tell me that was from Pippi.
No, I didn't. I was claiming it as my own thought and idea.
Interesting. Very interesting.
But I did. I found the book of Pippi Longstocking in our library at primary school. Primary school, for American listeners, is, what do you call it? Elementary?
Yeah, I think we found out that elementary school is primary, and then secondary is like the equivalent of combining middle and high school.
Yes. So I was in primary school from the age of 4 until I was 11. And within that whole school, from those ages, there was only like 100 kids in the whole school. Anyway, very small school. And I found the book Pippi Longstocking in the library, and there was we you know, when you're at school, you'd read to your teacher, and I one time went up to read to my teacher, but instead said, I'm going to give you the book, and I'm going to read to you, but I'm not going to look at it. I just need you to read along and tell me if I get any of the words wrong.
Your very first recital was Pippi Longstocking.
I was 10 years old. I don't know if that's cool or not. I did it.
Oh, it's very cool. Believe me. Our ratings are about to explode.
I feel like I need to revisit. Wonder if it would come back to me if I listened or read it. I don't know.
Well, fun fact for folks that aren't on this ship, everybody gets a handy phone, which is like the equivalent of a cell phone, but you can't use your cell phone, or not everybody has the Wi-Fi, so you get this handy phone, and all it can do is call.
It's like an old school Nokia style phone.
Right.
You know, the battery lasts for 5 years.
Yeah, nobody's ever recharged theirs. You get it, and it works for a lifetime. But there's preloaded ringtones, and a common one that's like a default setting that nobody seems to change is the Pippi Longstocking theme. And I can't believe after all these times we've heard you've never told me your very first recital was Pippi Longstocking, the novel.
I saved it for a special occasion such as this, our second episode.
When we first met, I thought I was going to end up calling you Ollie.
Oh.
But it just didn't stick.
No, you call me Liv. I am
pretty religiously Liv or Sweets.
Yeah. For a long time I thought maybe I'd want to be called Olive, but I don't think I look like an olive.
No, they're a bit more green. Two for two, folks.
Sometimes they're green. Sometimes they're purple, right?
There's purple olives?
I'm like black purple.
Oh, you know what? Oh, yeah, on pizza. They're not green, are they?
No. Well, there you have it, folks.
They're in the way is what they are when they're on a pizza. Folks, I don't know what we're doing here. We need to get the show started the way we really like to get a show started.
Oh, gosh.
With one of our favorite noises in the universe.
Wait, I'm going to get this.
Hold on.
Oh, gosh.
Hold on. I'm going to get it away from the laptop because that's our careers.
Okay.
Ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1.
Ow, I kind of cut my finger.
Ouch. Got a name?
No.
Got a theme?
No.
Got a song?
How about...
So...
Okay, all good. I overreacted. I did not cut my finger.
I've cut the dickens out of my finger.
I just scratched it. It's okay. It's because we're trying a new setup where we're holding the mic instead of having it like attached to part of the cabin.
We were too constrained, folks. We're free spirits,
constrained.
And the bits were getting out of control.
So we were trying to open. I've got a Coke Zero. Ben has a Diet Coke.
A CZ and a DC, respectively.
Correct. We were trying to open it with one hand. So, lesson learned, folks.
Yeah, we didn't look far enough ahead when we decided to go mobile with the mics. We didn't realize that the sodas were going to be a problem.
For anyone new listening to this, or maybe you've forgotten, I don't know, we are coming to you from Ben's cabin, which is it's small. I don't know what the dimensions are.
Yeah, I think we tried to figure out, I think if I stand in the middle and reach my arms out to either side, I can almost touch each wall.
Yeah.
Which means that it's about 6 foot and 3 inches or something like that. Width. And then length, I guess roughly double that.
Maybe we should do a video tour at some point, and maybe that can be...
It can be a picture.
It can be a picture.
Be a one-frame video, folks.
I tried to film for my parents what my cabin looked like, and I had to zoom out to 0.5. And I was like, this makes it look much bigger than it is. But I assure you, it's not. But it's fine. This is actually our 4th contract in a ship together.
We're singers.
We are singers. Whoa.
Just like that. I hope you downloaded that, folks, because that one's free. They're not all free.
The next won't be.
Even the show we do on board is free.
It's true. But we're in what's called a Jack and Jill cabin, which means Ben and I, because we're married, spoiler.
For now.
We are sharing a toilet in between both of our rooms, and there's a door that goes into each side of our cabin, making it a Jack and Jill. But ordinarily you wouldn't be sharing with... You'd be sharing, if you're a male, you'd be sharing with a male.
Right.
Single.
Yeah, it's affectionately referred to as your shoilet mate, the person that you live adjacent to.
I never knew if that's because it was a shared toilet, or if it was because the shower went over the toilet.
I think it's that. I think it's the shower and the toilet, because the official name, according to the sign on the wall, is shared wet unit. Yeah. Doesn't that just make your skin crawl? It's called the shared wet unit. The SWU. And but since people call it shoilet, I feel like that must have been because of toilet, which makes me think of toilet, which made me think of shower, which made me think of shared or shower toilet. But
who knows? One of the many mysteries.
We've been bringing this up at the Captain's Q&A for months, and they still won't answer our questions. We want justice.
We do.
So we're Jack and Jill mates for this contract. We've had different living situations for every boat so far.
This one just feels more like it's, I was going to say comparable?
I think both work.
Okay.
I usually say comparable.
Let's go with comparable. To a caravan or something, you've got storage, but it's quite limited, but so long as you can make things have their place. Like, we have bought some magnetic shelves.
Yeah, a huge detail that makes these rooms much more livable than they would be otherwise is that the walls are magnetic.
Yeah.
So you can add shelving and you can decorate. It just all has to be magnetized.
So if you too are planning on living on a floating tin can for 6 months, buy magnetic stuff. It will change your life. Magnetic hooks. It's
actually converted me into a believer that homes should be magnetized, because you don't have to drill into the wall. You don't have to. You can remove things really easily. I wonder if you can paint over something magnetized and it would still be magnetic. For all you listeners out there, that may be a very dumb question. Someone might be screaming in their phone, "Of course you can," or "Of course you can't," but I don't know.
I've got a feeling there's magnetic paint that you can. You can paint, or is that chalk?
Wait.
Chalk. You can, you're painting a wall.
Yeah.
But once you paint it, it's magnetic. Or
That sounds like witchcraft.
Maybe it's not.
That sounds crazy.
Maybe it's like a blackboard. You can do blackboard paint, and then you can use chalk on it, and it becomes a blackboard. Do you have blackboards in America? Am I making it up?
We did until like 1940.
We still have blackboards, okay?
Yeah.
We like to live with tradition.
No, we had smartboards growing up. Did you guys have a... Smartboard was the name of the brand. Did you have a smartboard?
We started to get them.
It was nifty. I think I want to say clearly can remember in second grade getting a smartboard for the first time.
Second grade?
Yeah. Yeah. It was second grade, and I remember what we loved. This would be a deep cut for any listeners of our generation. Maybe from the East Coast. Something we loved was the teachers that had a smartboard. Every so often they'd have to recalibrate it, and to recalibrate it, the screen would change, and there would be a dot on the upper left-hand corner, and once you clicked that, it would like fly down to the middle. On the left-hand side, you have to click that. Bottom left-hand corner, you have to click that, and then it would do that in all of the quadrants of the screen. So it was like a little 5-second game.
That might... I feel like that's ringing a bell.
Mm-hmm.
How funny.
Yeah, that's a throwback. It was smartboards, and I don't think we didn't start using iPads ever while I was a student.
I still had...
Excuse me.
I had a floppy disk when Ben's eyes are like, wait, how old are you?
Jeez.
Have you ever seen a floppy disk? It is in fact not floppy. It is it's like square, and it used to go into your CD-ROM, like your computer.
Jeez, lady.
And I was.
Do I have to tell you what a podcast is?
Yeah, it's fish, right?
Oh my god. Folks.
But it's I was so excited. I don't think I actually needed to take in my homework. I don't even know if I had homework when I was like 10, but I remember putting something onto one of these floppy disks and feeling so cool and so grown up.
Interesting.
And then we got like your thumb drive things that could only hold like one document.
What was on the floppy disk? You'd insert it and then
it would come up the same as like a hard drive.
It would function like a hard... I see what you're saying.
Or like a CD, yeah. It functions the same. It was just like this big.
Right. For listeners at home, Liv is spreading her arms across the entire wall. She clearly doesn't know what a floppy disk is. It was about, this big, 8x10.
Oh, you know those computers that took up a whole wall? There's a whole room? Yeah,
wow.
Those. No.
What an incredible school you must have gone to.
But we did have dial-up. So I had to ask to... I just turned 32.
Well,
okay, let's just put this into perspective.
The things that you're mentioning make it sound like you were in the dark ages until
things were still black and white when I was growing up.
Oh, of course. But I just you didn't have. It seems like you had all of the old things at the same time.
I really feel like we did.
Wow.
But it would be, you have to do the dial-up, so you couldn't use the phone if you were on the computer. So if I wanted to play, I don't know, Harry Potter games or something online, I had to ask first if I was able to, and then it would shut down the phone lines, and this noise would go.
Wild.
I really hope that that's the same noise as what happened in America.
Oh,
someone can back me up on this.
I'll tell you another thing, though. This is worth noting. They still don't use air conditioning in England, folks. So there's a chance that they still have blackboards over there, and if I showed them an iPhone, they'd go, what are you doing over there? What is this?
My mum is still on an iPhone 6 or something at the minute.
Wow. Did you ever see, there was a, I think it was like a Jimmy Kimmel segment or something, where he does these man-on-the-street videos, and it's all these different practical jokes, essentially, on people. And one of them was he handed these people the first iPhone, and he was like, have you seen the newest iPhone? This is a couple years ago. So the iPhone 15 was out, and this would have been the 16 or something. And he was like, have you seen the brand new iPhone? And they're like, wow, it's smaller, which is great. It's light in my hands. It's actually, I'm so glad Apple is making these new designs.
There's a button?
Right, the home button. I really appreciate a home button. And then I don't think he tells them that it's the old one. They're just left going like, oh, it's really interesting. And then the audience is like, you idiots. Yeah.
I love that.
You could really fool them.
I feel like we haven't actually introduced ourselves. I feel like we should have done this at the beginning of the pod.
How do you mean? Okay, we did tell them our names.
That's true. We did say our names.
Sorry. My middle name.
No. Did we ever say? We said we're married, right? We said that on the first one.
Yeah, we mentioned that, I think, briefly on this one, too.
We met on a ship.
Right. We met doing a musical, and now we do a show that is less scripted.
Yeah. Yeah. If we do our jobs right, it seems like it's not scripted.
Right. It's kind of the same for musicals.
That's true.
Or at least maybe the idea is after a couple minutes you forget that it's scripted.
Yeah, you buy into it being a real thing happening. But we have been living in different countries, England and America, doing long distance and then cruise ships. No distance.
Yeah. Yeah, for folks
doing the extremes.
Exactly. That's a great way to frame it. We met on a cruise ship, and then we spent 6 months no further than 6 inches away from each other, basically. And then we went to separate continents for a few months, and then we did trips every so often, visit each other. And then after...
It was like a year. I think we did
the long distance?
Yeah, pretty much. Because we didn't do... So we finished Kinky Boots in... I don't know if I was supposed to say the name or not. We did Kinky Boots.
You don't know where.
You don't know. I don't think it matters. Our parents know we did Kinky Boots and they're listening. Shout out.
I wonder if Jerry Mitchell knows we did Kinky Boots. Jerry, we love your work.
Jerry.
Had a blast. Literally some of the most fun I've ever had in my life.
That is genuine.
And then I met Liv.
Yeah. So... I lost my train of thought.
I'm sorry. We finished Kinky Boots in end of September.
Yeah, and we didn't start rehearsals for this show until October, the year
of the
after.
Following year.
Yeah, because we were already married.
Oh,
November. Was it November?
It was November. That's wild to think about.
It was a good year of trips and FaceTime. And no, it was a good year.
No, it was a tremendous year, folks.
Oh, it was a great year. No, it was a long year of doing that.
Well, I think it's worth noting, too, we didn't think it was going to be as long as it was.
No.
Because we thought we were about to get back on the boat and do the same show, but then the show got removed from the cruise line's, I guess you can't call it season.
I was going to say roster? I don't know if that's a...
Or, like, catalog, maybe.
Yeah.
And so then we were, like, kind of up the creek. We were like, I don't know what we're going to do next. And then I got an audition for the show that we're currently doing. And I remember thinking, like, it's not a musical.
I know.
I don't care about this.
Me too.
And, but who knows if there was going to be more musicals in the future. Who knows what our standing with the company would be if we blew off an audition, whatever. So I went to this audition, and we were pretty bitter, I think, with like, how the show how our Kinky Boots had been removed. We were, like, that left a pretty bad taste in our mouth because of a million different corporate reasons. But we still...
nothing to do with the show. It just felt like a very corporate decision.
Right. It was a very cold parting.
And it was a very special show to us, so of course we felt like this needs to be performed.
Right.
But anyway, we went to that audition.
Went to that audition, and I think something that helped me was they were like... I kind of wasn't on my best behavior.
Yeah. Like, they loved that.
And I bet they were like, oh, this guy's so confident and secure. And the truth is, I was just, bitter.
Isn't that always the way, though? I feel like you hear stories from people in auditions where the ones that they get are the ones where they were like, oh, I don't need this job.
Right.
And, of course, that's the energy that people are drawn to, which kind of winds me up. Because why is it a bad thing to want a job?
Yeah.
But, hey, anyway. It worked.
Also, like, who we kidding? Like, I showed up. If I was in a bad mood, it's not like I don't want the job. Case in point, I took it when they offered it.
Yeah. And it's turned into being one of the most rewarding jobs in terms of audience appreciation. It's been incredibly difficult learning we've got so much material to learn. It's constantly challenging us with like a rock style of singing, and not to get too deep, but a lot of the songs that we sing are really meaningful for a lot of people. So there's a fair amount of, not pressure, but you want to do a good job. And then when you see people singing along, or they go, they give you such great feedback of how it took them back to a time that they were happy, or it's helped them to not think about some awful things that are happening to them right now. Like it's given them that escape. That's pretty fantastic. So
totally.
it all works out. And now we're on our 4th ship contract. And I found out earlier on this year that I got my green card. That we had been... Watch out, America!
Somehow she got it. I tried everything in my power, and somehow they let her in.
So now we are looking at potentially at the end of this contract trying to figure out for the first time life on land, like properly together. So it's gonna be fun.
Phase 2.
But even though we're, who knows what we're going to be doing, if it's going to be on ships or not, the plan is we would like to continue this podcast with maybe just life and any hopeful gigs that we get on land.
Yeah, it's not just ships, folks. It's ships and gigs.
Yes.
And once we're off the ship, it'll be about the gigs. And perhaps one of those gigs will be another ship. You never know.
Maybe we'll just be reminiscing, or we've met.
Or we'll bring on folks that we met.
Friends from the ships. That's a good idea.
That's a lot of our community right now are folks that we met on board.
Yep.
Because you don't get closer to folks than those that you work with on the boat.
Correct. Because when you are living, breathing, working, socializing, crying together.
And not for nothing, you can't escape.
You can't.
I mean, you can, but it's a long swim.
Yes.
So, you make a lot of close friendships, which is like part of the reason why. I mean, there's a lot of things to complain about on a boat. There really are. There's things about your day-to-day that are just frustrating, or they're problems that feel like they never get solved, and it always feels like it's so far above you that it's not worth fighting. And the only people that you have after your creative team leaves, after the executives leave, are your cast and your crew. And so at a certain point, you do start to depend on each other. You rely on each other for every bit of familiarity and support and encouragement. And 6 months of that, we've talked about often how time on the ship is so distorted. Like, Liv and I were dating for 6 months technically, but with no time apart at all during the day. By the time we got off the boat, it felt like we'd been together for at least a few years.
He says with a smile on his face.
Ben, are you crying? But like, we've also often talked about how that's such a different way to be in a relationship, because we think about like when our parents dated. I think about my own parents, like they met in college, and they may have, I don't know this to be true, Mom and Dad, maybe you can corroborate it. I think they probably went out on dates max 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah.
If that. And I know they didn't live in the same place, so they may have talked for like a few hours that day.
But even then, like calling on the phone, I know my own parents had said that, you'd be calling from a phone box, and you'd arrange, or you would just arrange a time to meet. You say, okay, well, I'll pick you up on Thursday night at this time.
Right.
You wouldn't then be like that might have been Sunday, so you wouldn't speak for all those days.
Right.
Which, yeah, it's just a different way of being, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
and
imagine...
I hear when people say that, it's not good when things are so instant and so on the spot, but for us, I guess it was a really good foundation just of getting to know each other and having, like, deep, meaningful chats.
So quickly. I mean, like, think how quickly we got to, like, existential conversations.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And think how much time that would have taken in a conventional relationship on land.
Yeah, way longer.
It's already accelerated having a cell phone.
Yes.
But then as a result of being so close, we don't really text all that much.
No, not really.
And when we're apart on land, I feel like we FaceTime about once a day.
Yeah.
if not more. And other than that, we're not texters.
I feel like we will text throughout the day, but it's not constant. It definitely varies, but yeah.
I mean, a lot of that has to do with the time difference also, but
when I'm living with you in America.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, good times.
But whilst we are on the ship, we thought it'd be kind of fun to discuss any maybe funny things that have happened to us. Sometimes you got to bear in mind we are meeting so many people every single week. There's how many guests are on board? 3,000?
Oh, geez. Sometimes it feels like 17,000.
And not that we meet them all, but you can imagine we meet a lot of different people, and it is part of our job to be friendly and to talk to them. But sometimes it's just, I mean, we've met some fantastic people.
Oh my God, yeah.
People that we still keep in touch with, and they come on cruises, or if we're working regionally and they're nearby. We've been so fortunate that we've got a lot of people that we do keep in contact with.
They're so supportive.
Yeah, and it's a genuine joy to see them and hear about their day, and they share in our successes or anything that's going on, or commiserate, whatever. It really is wonderful. But you do come across some funny people.
Folks, you would be amazed how wild and different people are from one another. Like every week there's always one just whack experience per week. And it's not always bad.
No.
It's just it's without a doubt random.
We at the end of some of the shows will go and stand outside in the corridor area?
Commodore?
No, corridor.
I know.
What? It's been a long day.
You got to swing enough times if you want to hit a home run, folks. And I keep on swinging.
We've been at sea all day today. It's been a long day. No, we stand outside the venue and say hi to people after the show if they want a photo, anything like that. Last cruise, Ben had a guest come and grab his thigh. I had heard her say oh, I need to touch his quad or something, and I thought,
direct quote, she goes, I gotta touch those quads. That's what she said.
I heard her, and she's with a group of people, and I thought, oh, she's been drinking, but she's just having a thought, that should have been an internal thought, not one you said out loud. But sure enough, then she repeats it and goes over when she's having a photo with us and feels up his quad. Now, Ben, you've got lovely quads. Don't get me wrong.
Thank you.
And it's not the first time your quads have been noticed.
Nope.
This is a recurring thing, and my goodness, the cruise guests, male and female, love to comment on it.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about alcohol, but people behave differently after they have it.
How about that?
It's really bizarre. It's quite a phenomenon. This lady came out of the venue with a drink in hand and her folks, and she just goes, I gotta touch those quads.
Can you imagine?
We were all like, ha ha ha, and then a few minutes later she's like, she said something about the costumes or whatever, and then she came over while we were taking a photo, and she's like, but I was like, you nutcase.
But, I mean, we're laughing about it. You can't do that.
Yeah, that is, well, here's...
imagine if it was, okay, it's your thigh.
Right.
I wouldn't be too happy someone touching my thigh.
Oh my God, no. And we would definitely stop them before they got there.
And it's kind of wrong that, I mean, we're laughing about it, but yeah, it's not good.
It's interesting because Liv it's sweet of you to point out the double standard, but here's the other lurking variable. I liked the attention. I'm not gonna lie, and I know that's not cool. I know that's bad.
So sorry, I just cackled right into the mic. It was probably really loud.
It's okay.
I liked it.
Well, it's not like it felt good.
Did you get a number?
Yeah.
Just Instagram.
Oh man, that's crazy. You can't do that. What's your room, by the way?
Oh,
No. I didn't enjoy the experience. And it didn't feel good. But my immediate thought was that was flattering. And I realized that is a problem. And I'm working on it.
You should be proud of your quads.
Thank you. It's so funny. Liv and I right now, since we have our diet sodas, every few minutes one of us will distance their face from the mic and have a silent burp. We go,
We didn't need to acknowledge that.
this is inside baseball.
No one needs to know that.
Well,
now you do.
this is an intimate pod, folks.
It is.
Yeah. So we had that lady,
Yeah.
and was it yesterday? It was after the
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just yesterday, something that never ceases to make me laugh is when a stereotype just happens unapologetically. And this guy came up to us, and he I'm doing a perfect impression right now, okay? He comes up to us and he goes, "That Fleetwood Mac show." And you can't see, but I'm using my hands a lot to explain, "That was awesome." And somebody mentioned that they were Italian. I think Christian mentioned that he had some Italian in him.
Yes.
And Christian's got orange hair. And so, I mean, I'd say red, but it is orange.
Well, I've had people come to, they're like, "Oh, the Irish boy." And I'm
Right.
like, "He's not Irish." And they're like, "Yeah, he is." And it doesn't matter how many times they say, no, he's not. I end up just going, "Okay, you're right."
Okay, you're right, he's not.
I guess you're right.
I forgot you talked to him.
I guess he's not. But yeah, he is your stereotypical, very pale skin, ginger hair.
Right. And Christian goes, "Yeah, I have some Italian in me, Irish, Italian, and a third German." And this guy goes, "Which one of those is the best part?"
The man is doing is so accurate.
And I said to him, because I overheard them talking, and I was like, "I know which one you want him to say."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Because you're talking to someone that was born and bred 100% Italian."
I thought he was going to say Italian.
Oh my God, it was just a cartoon of a person, and I could not get enough of it. I wanted him to talk all night.
It was excellent, yeah.
You get a lot of those. You get a lot of people that are drunk enough to be so honest with how much they enjoyed the show.
Yes. And I enjoy when guests are just the happy side of drunk. When they are so thrilled to be there. I mean,
I think that was this guy.
Yeah, he was. I mean, we had one guy when we were doing an Eagles show, and it's silent. We walk out on stage in a blackout. It's silent, and then he just, as before we're about to sing, calls out from the front row, "Ben! Christian! Olivia!" The lights come up and we're like, "Ben!"
Yeah.
A cappella, no music song, and just trying not to laugh because I need to concentrate on what I'm singing in that moment. But that's someone who's just enjoying themselves, you know, they're so thrilled that we're singing the songs that they love. And part of the show, we interact with the audience a lot. You know, it should be that joyous thing.
Yeah.
Every now and then, you do get someone who's not that side of it.
Right. Someone who wants to be in the show themselves is one version of this.
I had a guy last night who was... He was just on the line of being creepy, where he was... Because he was asking about, you know, was it okay for him to be dancing? He was like, "Is dancing allowed?" I was like, yeah, that's fine. And then... somehow in the conversation he was like, "Oh, you look scared," or something like that, and I was like, "Oh well, like, have I got anything to be scared about?" Thinking, I'm giving you an out here. Right. I know you're saying I wasn't, but I don't know, sometimes it just comes out. And he goes, "Well, I don't bite hard," and I was like, "Okay, well, I'm gonna go, but you enjoy the show."
I think saying do I have anything to be scared about, I understand what you were going for. I think it may have read like, "I'll play a game."
Oh no.
What's the game?
That's not what I meant.
Right. And he definitely thought that's what you were doing, I think.
I mean, he was fine. He was okay. But, yeah, I'm not quite sure why he said that. Yeah. Sometimes it's just... I mean, I knew the show was about to start as well. I had like one ear in so I could hear the intro and stuff. It was all just a bit like, what's going on? Caught in the act, Ben just burped.
And I'll do it again, dude.
But yes, I think it's I think moving forward it might be fun to do some segments of guest interactions, guests overheard. But also, if anyone's got any questions on life on board a cruise ship, then I don't know, that could be a little...
What song was that?
Life up on the wicked stage, ain't never what a girl supposes.
I forget. You told me that was from.
I forget what it's from now.
Oh, it's an old
Jerome
one.
Kern,
Yeah,
right?
it's an old one. Life up on the wicked stage. What was it?
That's it. That's it.
Oh. That was it.
But this can be life up on a cruise ship.
Any Jerome Kern fans out there, folks?
Not anymore.
Anyone tuning in hoping, oh, please sing that Kern song I love? Not enough people do Kern.
Why I oughta. But I think that could be a cool little bit.
Yeah, there is definitely no shortage of stories with guests being just not what you'd expect. That's really all it is. You can't say it's all bad or all good. It's just so not what you expect.
No.
Yeah, we have plenty of those. This might be a good time.
Go on.
Take a quick pivot and explain our sponsors for this pod that we really wish would sponsor us.
Ooh,
These are fake ads for sponsors we wish we had. And it's funny you mentioned that quad comment, Liv. I may have had them in the past, but I've never gotten them so much as after I started using Cellucor flavored creatine.
Ooh.
I'm currently looking at the one on my shelf right now. It is... What flavor is it? Candy apple or sour apple? Green apple. Green apple. I throw that into my blender bottle. Another awesome possible...
my blood.
I throw that into my blood. I have green apple blood, and it helps me lift heavy weights. Now, I use that every day. I do the creatine every day. You're supposed to be consistent, they say. And a joint sponsor with Alani. Alani, what's the full brand called?
I think it's just Alani.
Is it just Alani?
Yeah.
Alani New? Alani New. Alani N-U. I have their pre-workout pink slush flavored, which, if it wasn't obvious to you, is some version of strawberry and glitter. And for every workout, I usually combine those two into a nice, really concentrated drink, and then I do the creatine usually at least one other time that day by itself.
Similarly, I like the liquid IVs.
Yes.
Liquid IVs. You want to hit me up?
We both had one today.
We did.
We were feeling a little...
dehydrated.
Yeah, that's really it. I think on a cruise ship, I was just telling Christian this, I think... Let me say this. On land, as a singer, it's all about hydration. On a cruise ship, it's no different. But hydrating is just, for some reason, harder. Yeah. Whether it's the source of the water that we're drinking or the air that we're breathing, for whatever reason, staying hydrated is a more difficult task on board. Maybe it's because we're walking so much more. Maybe it's simply because we're moving more. But regardless...
and the food is a bit saltier from what I'm used to.
Yeah. So we have our humidifiers, and we drink crazy amounts of water.
The liquid IVs, yes. You helped us get through the day.
Yes.
Genuinely, I had such a headache earlier, and then liquid IV'd it up, and Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt.
Whoa! Watch your tongue. Those are some terrific sponsors. Yes. It'd be really, really cool if they sponsor the show. Mostly because we're not putting it on. You know what I mean? Like, we actually purchase and use those. Another awesome sponsor, Coca-Cola products.
I would... maybe it's just... I was going to say, I would take Pepsi as well. I don't really mind. Sorry. But if one of you sponsored us...
We'll have to cut this section of the pod.
No, if one sponsored, I would be loyal. How about that?
What do you think of that?
What about that?
We do dabble in all of the diet sodas. I think we've tried them all.
We have gone into Cheerwine as well.
Cheerwine, a local favorite of the Carolinas. Now, you know what? While I have a microphone, I do want to say my theory for where the name Cheerwine came from.
Okay.
I think this is probably an easy Google, but I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
I think Cheerwine, which is cherry flavored, I think it came from a southern accent saying cherry wine.
I assumed that.
Oh, really?
Cheerwine.
Cheerwine. Cheerwine. Cheerwine. Cheerwine. Cheerwine. See how that happened?
What was the other word that you thought the other day that's how it had come to be? Swell?
Swell. I've got another theory that swell came from answering, how's it going? And you said so well.
Yes.
Enough times.
I just thought of something. Another section. we were brainstorming some segment ideas, and I wanted to have a section of Brit misunderstood, me being the Brit, and discussing the misunderstandings. Clear.
Plenty of them.
Yes. When I say to people, what is it I say that everyone takes offence to? When I say, no, wait.
All the answers I could come up with.
When I say, like, hey, how's
I
it
told
going?
you it was a slur. You can't be saying that.
No, when I say, when I say, you were right. Like,
yeah.
I've had many an American be like, yeah, why? What? Do I look like something's wrong?
Something wrong? Yeah.
And I'm like confused because I'm just saying, hey, how's it going? You know, but I'm like, hey, you right? Yeah. And I'm saying it as one word as well. You right?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I've adopted this phrase because I think it sounds nicer to me.
Yeah,
and also, like, for what it's worth, you all right as a question makes way more sense than what's up.
Yeah. But
and I can't tell you how many times people say, the sky. Sick of it. I know the sky is up.
Unless you're in Australia.
Then where's the sky?
Well, it depends which sky.
Are you drunk? Oh, I'm looking now, folks. She had a Jack and Coke. It was a Jack and Coke.
No, I know the sky is still up. Just trying to be funny.
Speaking of things that are misunderstood by the Brits, Liv thinks that the sky is further away in America than it is.
I don't think the sky is further away. It just looks it.
Oh, my bad. What I said was crazy. Just so that you all heard, she thinks the sky looks like it's further away in America.
It does. I can't explain it. I don't know if it's less clouds. I don't know. I don't get it. I didn't say I understand it. But when I look at the sky in America, it looks further away than in England.
What could explain that?
I don't know. Help us, please.
When was the last time you noticed that? Is there a chance, like...
In Tampa.
Tampa. Huh.
Yeah.
My one theory is maybe it's an optical illusion. If you're looking at, like, tall buildings, maybe the perception is that they're further away because of the height of the buildings. But Tampa's not known for its skyscrapers.
I don't know. I don't make it the rules.
I don't bloody... I ain't got the foggiest, mate.
I ain't got the foggiest.
You know, you say, I haven't the foggiest.
Exactly.
That's a lovely phrase.
I haven't the foggiest.
I love it. So nice. English.
Yeah, sometimes we do have some odd phrases. Yeah.
What is that sound?
I actually heard that. It was like a screaming. How are the Phils doing, Ben?
Phils are not doing great.
Oh, no.
They, last time we spoke, folks, they were 1-2, and now I think they're like 8-14 or something. Last I checked, they were 4th in the division, which is not great. They're 7.5 games or so back from the top of the division, and I just it's a long season. Baseball is great because there's so many games that you get a lot of random records, which is something that's famous for because there's so many games that so many things can happen. Yes. But it's one of the only sports where you have enough repetitions at something that you really see who is standing out. Like, if you only had, 10 games, it'd be riddled with flukes. There'd be people that had, crazy numbers or had a few hits in every game, and it would look like they had a crazy batting average. But with 162 games,
I see.
You can see, you can see truly how everyone did over a long period of time, and then who stood out over that long period, which really separates the skilled players. That's something I love about baseball. So all that to say, it's a long season, and the Phils are currently doing booty butt cheeks, and hopefully, I mean, it could all change if they're 8 games back, as quickly as 2 weeks from now, they could be at the top of the division. Who knows?
That is something when I move to America, I do want to learn how the game works, because when we have been around family's house and you all get so excited, I'd never been I've never seen a game on TV or been in a household where everyone stands up yeah when things are going well, or
Yeah.
Judas, when it's going bad.
Judas, yeah.
So I would like, at the minute, I feel like it would feel kind of fake for me to join in with that, because I'm like, oh, I don't know what's going on.
Sure.
But I would like to get to a point where I can watch the game and know what's going on.
Sure. That would be fun if we could share baseball or just any sort of sports. I'll tell you something. Since working on ships, for those of you who may have worked on a boat, or have worked far away from home, I wonder if this will resonate with you. I didn't really get into the Phillies until I had spent a considerable amount of time away from home, and the Phillies felt like a connection back home.
That's sweet.
And I think a lot of people feel that way. I wonder if anybody else, if that would resonate with anyone else. But like,
with your merch, like you want to get
yes,
merch that's from your hometown, or things like that.
This is really like a recent development over the past few years for me, is that I love merch, and I love identifying with Philadelphia. And anybody that knows me prior to college, it was not like part of our lives. Like we didn't go to the city all the time. I've never been to an Eagles game. I've been to a handful of Phillies games. I've never been to a Flyers game. And I don't follow the Flyers closely. I don't want to pretend to be a hockey fan. Nothing wrong with hockey. I'm just saying I never got into it. I wouldn't be caught dead with a hockey stick.
Hockey.
But I just don't want to pretend like I'm a fan.
Okay,
but,
okay.
But like, since being far away from home, I've wanted to reconnect with it more, and I wonder if other people would feel that way.
It's sweet though, like when you're walking around and randomly you see, where were you, in Gerenga or in Norway, and you randomly saw someone with, was it Phil's hat or something like that, and you were like, was it Navy? It was something that was, you went, whoa, there's only like 200 people that live in this teeny tiny place in Norway, and obviously there's ships on there and tourists, but we were walking up some mountain and you saw this guy and we're like, hey, what are you doing here?
Probably said go birds.
Yeah, probably. But
which, dude, nothing makes me happier than an interaction with someone that is just an exchange of the phrase go birds, and
that
it happens.
Like beat army.
Yes, we may have said beat army.
It might have been, I'm not sure, but whatever it was like, what? What are you doing? But it was a nice connection, and I like that.
Totally.
That's a really cool thing with merch.
Well, maybe this could be a fun segment. Is there any question off the top of your head about baseball? Maybe we can familiarize you with the game one.
I don't want to be rude.
Oh.
I'm like, why? No. I'm kidding. No, baseball, I actually think it's easier for me to pick up. Whereas football, when I'm watching, I just get confused. I'm like, how do you know who's got the ball?
Yeah, football's got.
Like, it's hard to follow.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I feel like this would be a nice thing as well for us that we're both looking forward to when we're being back on land, but also in the same country. I want us to go and see like our nieces and nephews play sports. Like I want to go and visit and do all of that stuff.
Totally.
And so maybe I need to not start watching like kids play. Like that sounds weird.
Just look up videos of kids.
No, but maybe I need to learn as if I am 5 years old.
I think
start from the bottom and go from there.
Sure, I appreciate that, but I will tell you, I've had this thought several times when I'm watching football, especially, or baseball. I do think, like, man, this is impossible to explain. Succinctly, at least.
Sure.
Like,
That's what I'm saying. Maybe if I learned like a more abridged version, like a kid's version, I would get the basics. I don't know.
Baseball's also got so many finicky rules. Like, the rule that always comes to mind is like, let's say you grasp balls, strikes, strikeouts, and walks. Mm-hmm. Then you have to explain to someone the idea of a foul ball and how 2 of them is the max. You can keep hitting foul balls unless you're bunting. Then if you bunt a foul ball, then that is strike 3. Like all
bunting?
of the, yeah, exactly. You know what I mean?
Question number 1.
This is an easy one. Great.
What's bunting?
Bunting is when instead of taking a full swing or not swinging at a pitch or whatever, the batter will just hold the bat like right in front of the plate, and the idea is that it'll deaden the ball when it hits it. So instead of trying to hit the ball hard and far into the field, you just bunt it, a cute little hit, and the idea is if you catch the defense off guard, then nobody will get to the ball in time before you get to first base. And there's a million reasons why you might want to bunt, but that's what that is.
I see.
Instead of swinging. And
it's like faking that you're going to hit it? Like...
Yeah. It's not always a fake.
No.
It's not always a fake out sometimes. Because, like, you'll see what their goal is. Like, they might be trying to just move a runner from one base to another, and to do that, they'll bunt. Or sometimes it is like a surprise, we're going to bunt. So there's just no rule, but that is what a bunt is.
Gotcha. We went and watched a baseball game in Indiana. I enjoyed that. Oh, yeah,
we went to the Indiana Indians? Or Indianapolis Indians?
Yeah, I think they're called the Indians.
Nice. The Indianapolis Indians.
And they had it, I liked the, not halftime, but when they were in between pitches? Innings. Oh, so close.
In between pitches would be really difficult.
In the interval, they before they went backstage.
Nice. While they were doing their costume change between scenes.
That's
a good way to think of it.
They had people out in giant suits and were dancing around, and I liked that.
Yeah.
I like the show.
Yeah, live baseball games seem to be all about keeping these people interested.
The same with when we've seen the Navy football game. Mm-hmm. I've loved just watching, like, it's the most American thing I could have ever imagined. They've got a goat mascot, you've got a flyover, you've got cheerleaders.
It's not just a college football game, it was a military college football game. Yeah, it's pretty American.
It's pretty outstanding. Like, that's a great time. Yeah,
I'm gonna sound like a annoying person, but it's just it is moving, I think, because like a lot of the flyovers, I don't know if they do this every time. Here's a question for anybody in the military. I don't know if they do this every time, but a lot of the flyovers that we've seen have been timed at the end of the national anthem. So it's like silence in the entire stadium. They're singing the anthem, and this was the choir. So it was like a beautiful arrangement with like a rousing ending. And as it was ending, the 2 fighter jets flew over the stadium.
It feels so right.
It's like, epic.
Oh, that's... Yeah.
Oh, it gets you going. And then you have the nerve to root for the other team. Yeah.
Well,
we've been going for 52-ish minutes.
I feel like we might be at time. In which case, I've got a closing joke.
Yeah. Oh, so let me just say this. Let's reiterate.
Okay.
If you've got any questions for people working on a cruise ship, i.e. Ben and Olivia, I've got a website. We both have social media. I have my Substack. Reach out through any one of those. It'll all come to the same email.
Yep.
And let us know. We'll answer it live on the pod. And folks, before we're super huge celebrities and we charge a fortune for the Patreon, which I doubt we'll ever actually do. But
hey, who knows?
Just saying. Right now we have 0 DMs, so get in early.
Get in. We'll read them so long as we have the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, or any sort of suggestions for the pod or questions. We'll, if they're good, we'll take them.
But I like the idea of, I think we'll end up streamlining. Streamlining? Whoa.
That's where you put all of the limes in the same stores.
And all go into water. Down a stream. Yeah, I feel like we're going to end up streamlining pretty significantly. So if there's any sections that you think, skip that, let us know.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we'll do it, but it's great to get any sort of feedback, and we can really start to find our rhythm, if you will, and
And folks, we didn't even talk about the last few things we've been watching or listening to or reading. We didn't really get into the pop culture of it all.
I know, we're just gabbing on.
We'll just have to do another episode.
We will. Well,
so be it. Liv,
it's been great.
Give us a knee slapper.
Okay, here we go. I'm laughing already. Okay, what's the best present you can get? A broken drum. You can't beat it.